Hey everyone, happy Sunday. It's Chris coming to you here from Colorado Springs, Colorado, here to talk about some resources that we provide for our clients when they sign up with us. So prior to COVID, we would do a lot of in-person meetings and we would have a welcome folder that we would give each of our clients that would have a lot of information and things like that with it. And then obviously due to COVID, we've switched the way that we've done things now, and the majority of what we do is via phone or Zoom. And so, with that, though, when somebody hires us, they get an email that is sent out, basically welcoming them to the firm. But our goal with that is more than just to say, thank you for choosing us. It's actually also to say, hey, we want to make sure that you have some resources available. And so, the first one that we always give people in that email that's an attachment is what's called the pre litigation process. So this is just a picto chart that kind of walks through the case flow for them and tells them how a personal injury case will work. And then the other one that we give is going to be now here's how a personal injury case works. And what I always tell people is, I used to teach fourth grade, so there's two types here. And then I substituted high school a few times. And so you can either choose to look at and kind of get a big glimpse at the fourth grade chart. Picture chart's a nice visual, and we all know that everybody learns a little bit differently. So we have visual learners, and then we also have, we have other types of learners, or you can run the high school one that's a little bit more detailed. And then this one will run it all the way from being injured in an accident all the way through a jury trial. And again, the picto chart only does it up until settlement, not until the jury trial itself. And so the reality there, and the reason that we do that is, we want people to kind of have an idea of how their case is going to work. And actually, even once they're actually in the case itself, they then can go and see everything that's kind of walking through on what our role is and on what their role is as well. And then one of the other resources too that we give them as well is going to be, let me show you this real quick, is going to be this providers I've seen list. And the reason that we give that is we know generally that we get a list of everybody, we have a good idea who every medical provider that, our clients have seen. But what we want them to do is as they go, and even if they've seen somebody just for once or twice or what have you, we want them to write that name down just so that they have a record of it themselves. So that way too, then whenever we ask closer to the end of the case, hey, make sure that we know every single person you've seen so that we can make sure that they've been paid back or taken care of financially. And then, so it's a good way to just kind of keep notes and tabs on something like that. And then also too, throughout your case, then as you kind of work your case through different phases, what we're going to do is send you an email. The email then is going to tell you, here's what our role is right now during this phase. So like during the demand preparation phase, here's what we're going to do. And here's what we need you to do during this phase. And it's just a nice little like one sheet that'll kind of explain in a bullet point list. Here's what our role is. Here's what your role is. And then during negotiation, here's what our role is. Here's what your role is. And so hopefully tips, kind of resources like that can be helpful in not only keeping everybody on the same page, but also keeping emotions down as well as we go forward. And then additionally to it, just absolutely will keep our clients informed as to what the process is and help them answer any questions. Because I know a lot of times, we'll talk and say things, but that's just in one visit, so then they'll have those documents and resources to be able to go back to, so then they know that they can kind of go back to that instead of calling us again going, I know you said this thing about how the case flow works. Can you go over that with me again? Well, now they've got a document that can actually walk through that with them. So those are just a few of the things that we use as, kind of intro resources for our clients to make sure that they're educated, on the same page with us, and just wanted to share those with you all today. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday, and we will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye now.